Hello everyone. So we are discussing the solutions of ESE mains 2021. Prior to the discussion, there are basic announcements. On 12 months of subscription, additional 3 months is being provided. And those who are preparing for GATE and ESE 23, for them a bilingual batch is being launched on 24th of November. The topic which is starting is strength of material. So the problem is of tender and contracts. The first part of the problem says what information is generally needed to be provided in the tender document. The second part of the problem is differentiate between lump sum contract and unit price contract. Now again, since both the problems are theoretical, all the points I'll discuss. However, I'll not be mentioning. All the points are already being mentioned. You can see those points also. So the first point of the problem, it says what information is generally to be provided in the tender document. Now the point is what is tender document? Tender is a submission made by the contractor in response to an invitation to the tender. So in it, the contractor makes an offer for the supply of the goods or any services. Tender documents are prepared to seek the offers. So in order to seek the offer, tender documents are being made. They may be prepared for range of contract such as equipment supply like main construction contract like for demolition work or for enabling work. So tender may be prepared for different types of construction activity. Now, ideally, the tender document should be broken into series of packages. Reason being, there are several documents which are to be attached into it. Uh, However, the information which is to be provided in the tender document, it includes what? It includes a letter for the invitation of the tender. There will be a form of tender. There will be some preliminaries or prerequisite which will include the pre-construction information, site waste management plan, how the waste management will be carried out at the site. Then the form of the contract will be there, contract conditions will be there, amendments will be there, a model enabling an amendment may also be there, or BIM protocol in a contractual document is to be provided. It will also consist of a pricing document, at what price different items are being quoted. It will include the information of the employer required for BIM. It will include design drawings. It will include, if required, the modeling of the building. All the specifications will be there in the tender, and finally, return slip will also be there in the tender. So all these informations are required to be provided in the tender. This was the first part of the problem. The second part of the problem is we have to explain lump sum contract and item rate contract. Now, as the name suggests, lump sum contract, it is a single fixed price contract. So in this contract, the contractor agrees to perform a specific job for a fixed sum. So here, items are not being distributed. The entire work is to be performed over a fixed term. The owner provides the contractor the exact specification of the work. Both the parties try to fix the condition of the work as precisely as possible. Now the advantage of this is owner is aware of the cost of the project before the starting of the project. It is suitable only for the small work or project. If we talk about the drawbacks, it is difficult to accommodate any changes in the project during the execution. If there will be any change, the price will change. In case of any unforeseen hazard, the entire burden is over the contractor. So this is the drawback of the lump sum contract. Now, if we talk about the item rate contract or unit rate contract or schedule contract, in this contract, the contractor undergoes or undertakes the execution of the work on the basis of item rate. In the previous case, it was lump sum amount. The amount to be received by the contractor will depend upon the quantities of the various items. More the number of quantities, more will be the amount. This type of contracts are generally being provided for government projects. The advantage in this, there is no need of detailed drawing at the time of allotting the contract because everything is item based. The payment to the contractor is done on the basis of the actual work only. Drawback is the total cost of the work is not known before the start, so it may exceed the budget also. To increase the project, the contract may use or poor quality of the item. So to make it profitable, the contractor may go for the poor quality of the items. This becomes the drawback of this particular type of contract. So thank you everyone.